Once again, this bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's a mixed martial artist standing 5 feet 5 inches tall. Weighing in at the flyweight limit, 126 pounds. His professional record in 8 bouts, perfect. 8 victories and no defeats. From Lodz, Poland, here is the undefeated Marcin Lasota. And next, his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. Also a mixed martial artist, he stands 5 feet 4 inches tall. Weighing in also 126 pounds, his professional record in 6 bouts, 5 victories, 1 defeat. He fights out of Portsmouth, England. Here is Brett Little Ninja Caswell. Referee in charge once again is Mark Goddard.
Referee Mark Goddard about to get this one underway. Brett Caswell in the blue, Marcin Lasota in the black with red trim. 3 5-minute rounds in the Cage Warriors flyweight division if they need them. And Caswell starting things off with a bit of capoeira, trying to throw Lasota off there.
Showing a lot of movement early.
Caswell perhaps looking like the bigger man in the cage now.
He certainly does, has to be said.
Nice tight guard from Lasota.
I mean, like Alex Edland, who we saw on the first of our main cards tonight, Marcin Lasota is one of those guys who's very unapologetic about what he's going to do. He tends to have a game plan and he tends to stick to it. Most of the time that involves grabbing hold of the opponent, dragging them down to the ground and smothering them to grab a submission if he can.
Josh, there's a considerable amount of tape on the left knee of Marcin Lasota, and we've seen Caswell already target that knee with a couple of kicks. Lasota grabs the leg, bulldozes his man into the cage, looking for the takedown. He's got to watch his neck, though.
You got to think, putting someone with the base and the years of training in this kind of upper body clinch scenario that Brett Caswell has, putting him on the floor and keeping him there is going to be tough, but you can see he's fed the grip of that ankle all the way through. If he can maintain that, then Caswell's going to have a hard time standing back up.
You've got to wonder if either of these guys might be kryptonite for the other in terms of their style.
It does happen. You get two guys who are very good in a certain area, they almost cancel each other out. Both, you know, you see sometimes fighters are too cautious, sometimes they're not. Body lock for Lasota, back to 50-50 now.
Caswell trying to turn his man off the cage here. Phil Harris and coach Brian Adams in the corner of the man from Portsmouth. And he does turn his man onto the cage. Right in his own corner, taking an instruction, is Brett Caswell.
You can see a lot of forward pressure. Expect his upper body grips to just be a little bit more developed, a little bit tighter.
Come on, guys, let's improve that
Obviously,
position.
that is the nature of modern judo. It's illegal to actually attack the legs now, so all of the clinching done in the upper body.
Caswell's corner telling him to attack the leg.
Last time, improve the position or work.
Mark Goddard giving a final warning to improve that position. Jostling against the cage on Marcin Lasota and Brett Caswell. Marcin Lasota, I beg your pardon. The young man from Lodz, Poland, undefeated thus far in mixed martial arts.
You might not necessarily think it, but Poland has a fantastic pedigree in grapplers, particularly in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Caswell with a brief takedown there. Lasota right back on his feet. Turns Caswell into the cage now.
Guys, last time.
Another warning from Mark Goddard. And he's looking like he's going to split the fight as he does. Touch of gloves and we're back underway. Lasota with the shoulders high and tight.
Oh, and immediately Lasota's found his way to the back, and what a throw Caswell manages to land in the top position.
Beautiful judo from Caswell there.
I've got to be honest, I've got to see a replay of that to work out exactly what throw it was. So fast, so fluid. You can see how, as Lasota moved to the back, he anticipated the circling of the movement, went with it, and you can see just how beautiful judo is when it's performed at the highest level. Inside shoulder crank, perhaps, you can't quite tell.
Caswell looking more than comfortable here.
Oh, and
He's
the
left
pole's gone
in
for a
there.
leg lock. Well, he's used it to force a scramble, which I'm sure he'll take.
Go for the submission, Brett.
Often you see a lot of leg locks used to force a change of position as much as a submission nowadays.
Lasota trying to pull Caswell's base out from underneath him here. Not much time to play with for the young man from Poland.
Just hold on to that neck.
No, he's holding onto the neck here. I don't think he's going to really tighten up at this stage, and not long left.
Final few seconds of the round.
Go.
And the first frame in the books there, Josh.
Very interesting round to score for the judges. It was Lasota pushing forward for most of that round. A couple of takedowns apiece. You've got to admit, the higher amplitude and aesthetic takedowns going to Brett Caswell.
Well, I'm sure we get to take a look at that now as we look back at some of the action from the first round. Lasota here just chipping away at Caswell as he looks to pull that leg out from under him.
Landing some damage on the way. What a lovely trip from Caswell.
Straight back to his feet though.
All right, let's have a look. Lasota ducks under, goes. There you see, gets the overhook, and then it's a big Haragoshi.
Absolutely beautiful technique to watch.
Actually, it might have been a Seyanagi. Sorry, I couldn't quite see. It was very fast. Here's the pole going for the leg lock. I think it was a standing Seyanagi. He really planted both his feet. You can see his hips lined up perfectly in a straight line, and once he gets underneath him, all he has to really do is squat and throw himself.
And the risk factor with those kind of throws is high.
Yeah, I mean, you're turning, you're giving your back. He had that overhook grip, and obviously it was strong enough to do the job, but it can be risky.
Caswell obviously with the confidence to use it, and attacking that leg again is Caswell. Nice punching combination from the Englishman. Lasota uses the overhand right as a setup. Drives his man to the cage.
Got in incredibly deep on the hips here. You can see he's trying to step over, progress that position, but Caswell is not going to accept being on his back for 1 second. He's going to keep threatening the neck. He's going to keep posting that left hand. And you can see all of Lasota's attention is going to be taken up with trying to control the hips of Brett Caswell. Means he's not getting his strikes off effectively.
Either of these men could be knocking on the door of a title opportunity with a big win here tonight. Of course, Cage Warriors' last flyweight champion was Neil Seary. Some big shoes to fill. And there are 4 men this evening. Oh, another beautiful judo throw from Caswell. 4 men this evening looking to stake their claim for a shot at that belt.
Yeah, Lasota looking to grab that half guard and force his way up, but Caswell's got some good top pressure here. Lasota was a pretty significant favourite with the odds makers coming into this one, but right now Caswell is doing a great job of smothering him in this top position.
And I'm sure there are a few people back in Portsmouth who'd had a little flutter on Brett Caswell earlier today, and they must be feeling pretty happy about that right now, Josh.
Absolutely, but we know how dangerous the guard of Lasota can be.
4 of those 8 wins by submission.
Brett Caswell, I think, doing the right thing in establishing a standing position briefly. He's going to burn up some time here.
Caswell's only lost a tightly contested split decision. Neither of these men have been finished in mixed martial arts.
Stand back,
Another
Phil,
good
stand
takedown
back.
from Brett Caswell.
A look of frustration on the face of Marcin Lasota. A big deep breath there from the pole.
He's looking for the guillotine. He's deep under the throat, actually. He's certainly got one artery. I can't quite see the grip. Caswell is fighting it. You can see how high he's trying to sneak his chest up. At the very least, he might be able to use it to stand back up. But great grip fighting from Brett Caswell.
Couple of nice knees up the inside from Lasota, but it's Caswell in control here.
What a good round for the Englishman.
A minute and a half to play with. Caswell looking very comfortable here, Josh. And he's doing so. Lasota, what we've seen Lasota do to countless opponents: wear them out, grind them out, frustrate them, shut down the offense.
Some very deep breaths from Lasota. You can see if your clinch game, if your takedown game as a jiu-jitsu fighter is upper body based, well, the worst person you can meet is a high-level judoka. You really need to go to much more of a wrestling style.
And you have to wonder at this point, Josh, if that knee of Lasota is injured. Has he been able to train in a manner which he would want? What's the fitness going to be like as we head into the later stages of this fight?
Again, you see the balance, the proprioception from Brett Caswell. Lasota's scoring these takedowns, but he's just not able to do anything with them. Caswell now threatening his neck. Gotta say, this is such a good round for Brett Caswell.
Lasota briefly there trying to secure the back, but ends up pressed against the cage. And another big deep breath there from Marcin Lasota. Tried the lateral drop there, did Caswell.
Stop.
That's 2 rounds in the books, and you've got to think, Josh, 2 rounds for the Englishman at this point. The first was slightly closer than the second, but a very strong round there from Brett Caswell.
Yeah, certainly could be. Let's have a look in these replays and see some of the aggressive takedown work from Brett Caswell. There we go, stepping all the way across. Beautiful judo from him. And here he was just able to get his hips into a very heavy position. You see bearing all his weight down onto Marcin Lasota.
Another nice little takedown from Caswell there.
Yeah, shot to the rear leg, reap. Lasota looked as though he put Caswell under some pressure with this guillotine. Did have a couple of grinding takedowns of his own, but really, the Englishman dictating most of that round. Very interesting to see what Marcin Lasota is going to do in this third and final round. He's got a perfect record to protect, and right now it is very firmly in jeopardy.
Third and final round underway. Brett Caswell perhaps just 5 minutes away from being the first man to put a tick in the loss column for Marcin Lasota. And in doing so, moving himself up the ranks in the Cage Warriors flyweight division. It's Lasota now working for a takedown with a very wide base from Caswell. Doesn't look to be trouble here at all.
Again, Lasota going to the well on that ankle pick.
Good work, Brett Caswell. Put that hand on your ankle. Good work, Brett Caswell. Let's work
And
together.
Lasota getting the takedown there.
It's just if he can establish a more dominant position once he's got it there. Caswell doing such a good job of using his fundamentals to stand back up. I don't think Lasota can afford to just do these kind of takedowns over and over again. At some point, he's got to find something more meaningful out of it. The judges' scorecards are probably not going to be kind to him right now, and he sits to pull guard, looking for a heel hook. There we go, he is tight on the leg this time.
This is tight, Josh. Lasota looking to crank it. Caswell looking to attack the leg himself.
Well, Caswell is looking to sit over that leg. If he can break the grip on the hip, and Marcin Lasota comes out to a top position again. He cannot allow Caswell to get back up here. He's got a bit more open space to grapple. Caswell doesn't have the fence to stand back up. Lasota's got 3.5 minutes to put this to use. Going again for a leg lock, and he's got a really good bite on the leg now.
Trying to crank that leg is Marcin Lasota.
I don't think Caswell's going to tap easily.
Good work, Brett Caswell.
Well, he's fed his outside leg all the way across the hip. That should allow him to create quite a bend in the foot. But it's a funny thing, you know, just a little inch either way. You can relieve all of the pressure off the knee. Of course, an inch the wrong way, and you're going to lose a few knee ligaments in the process. It may look like he's attacking the heel. What it's actually doing is putting a lot of strain on the cruciate ligaments in the knee. And Brett Caswell is having to actively defend here. You can see him holding onto the grip. If he can hold onto the hands of Marcin Lasota, he can grip fight and stop the pole being able to create the extension, and that is very tight.
Lasota really trying to crank that heel.
I mean, it's going to be almost impossible for Brett Caswell to easily get out of this position. And I can see him burning a lot of time just trying to continually fight this grip, but such a dominant leg tangle at the moment for Lasota. He doesn't have too many options for what to do. He's going to look for a figure four of his own here. Oh, counter heel hook. And Lasota's got to go on the offensive again. Strangely enough, one of the best ways to be defensive against a leg lock is to throw one of your own, but you see now tucking the legs under Caswell's far leg. That is an incredibly dominant position. Good work from Caswell to fight the leg tangle. Oh, and he's in a lot of pain briefly there. I mean, Caswell won his last fight against Spencer Hewitt by heel hook. Trust me, he knows what he's doing in this position.
I believe it was Hewitt that went for the heel hook. Caswell countered and finished it. Lasota now looking for a repeat performance of that.
They're going back to the well. He's got a few different... There is a straight ankle lock you can actually do here. The way his legs are crossed. He's going for a figure four toe hold. I don't think he's going to get a bit of an awkward position to put pressure on it. Just a minute left, and I think Brett Caswell is going to see his way to a decision victory if Marcin Lasota cannot find something here.
Lasota's been attacking that leg relentlessly for the duration of the round. Caswell looks to be free now, he is.
Good work from Brett Caswell, really impressed with his defensive work on the leg locks.
And Lasota now with just 45 seconds. You'd think he needs a finish here, Josh.
Absolutely, I think he does. I think Marcin Lasota is going to lose his perfect record here.
He falls back again, looking to attack the heel.
Brett Caswell really doesn't seem bothered at all.
20 seconds.
A last gasp submission attempt here from Marcin Lasota.
He hasn't really got any options for anything else.
Final 10 seconds of the round, and it looks like that's going to be it. Lasota still driving away into the cage. There's the buzzer. This one is in the books. A real hard-fought contest there between these two flyweights, Josh.
Absolutely. It's going to come down to that first round. Probably Brett Caswell just got the better of it.
Let's take a look back now at some of the action from the third round. And it's Marcin Lasota here, looking for that single leg takedown, getting it.
Scored the takedown early and really then continually looked for these leg reaps. Looked for a second there, like he might have locked it up again here with a real deep bend in the knee. But you can see the excellent grip fighting, the defensive grappling of Brett Caswell.
It really was almost the majority of that round spent in that leg tangle position, with Lasota searching for various heel and ankle and toe holds. Caswell, though, hanging in there, hanging tough. And we have our judge's decision, and we throw it to Joe Martinez in the cage. We'll make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges. They all have it 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision, Brett Little Ninja Caswell.
Brett Caswell with the unanimous decision victory. Marcin Lasota undefeated, no more, Josh.
Yeah, what a performance from Brett Caswell. Biggest scalp for him. A lot more to look out for this young man.